Hey everybody, this is D Hunter, bringing another action figure review. Today, we're going to be looking at the McFarlane DC Multiverse Blackest Night Black Lantern Superman. I believe this is essentially a reanimated corpse, zombie Superman. He's part of the collective Build-A-Figure Atrocitus. Atrocitus is a red lantern, and Superman is brought back via the Black Lanterns. I ordered this figure from the McFarlane toy store. I'd read reports online of people getting them from there, so I placed a pre-order, and here he is. People have been finding this wave at Target in California about a month ago. I've been looking and it's not hit this area of the country at Target yet. So let's go ahead and check out the packaging. As you can see at the top, 22 moving parts, McFarlane toys, ages 12 plus, DC Multiverse Black Lantern Superman, collective build, Atrocitus. This is the fourth figure to complete the Build-A-Figure. One side of the package, Black Lantern Superman from Blackest Night. Other side, Black Lantern Superman. Here's the package. No traditional accessories. 2 legs, display stand, and a collector's card. At the bottom of the package, got a bunch of credits, and there is a barcode, in case it helps anybody. And on the back side, here's Atrocitus. Here are the 2 parts you get with this figure. Checklist of all the parts, and the rest of the wave. So no further ado, let's open him up. Alright, now that we have this figure out of the package, here he is with all his accessories laid out. He does come with a display stand, a collector's card, and the 2 legs of Atrocitus. No traditional accessories. So this is Superman from Earth 2. After he died in a Crisis of Infinity Earths, he got resurrected with a Black Lantern ring. So let's take a look at him. This is a zombie Superman. That face is phenomenal. Look at that thing. Sunken in eyes, black around them, some red, yellow teeth exposed, white, wrinkly, decaying flesh. Very well done. I would say this is probably the best head in the wave. Not my favorite figure, but boy, they nailed the head sculpt. Hair, a little bit disheveled. He's got the Superman logo, and it looks kind of like the Necron, Black Hand, Black Lantern stuff. Very well done. Double jointed elbows, double jointed knees. His cape is sort of in little pieces. The bottom is ripped to shreds. Very, very nice. Now, one thing I found very odd about this guy, there is no power ring on his hand, and I don't know why Superman doesn't have a power ring. All the other zombie Black Lantern figures do. An oversight to McFarlane's part, but it seems odd that just one of the figures would be missing that. But look at that face. Terrifying in a good way. And just a closer look at his face or head sculpt. Absolutely phenomenal. I know I'm repeating myself, but they did a great job. I'm enjoying this thing. Look at his nose, it's missing. Just all the details there. Sunken in cheeks. Now let's check out his accessories. And let's start with the boring stuff. Here's his display stand. Typical McFarlane stand. Black perfect circle. It says DC on the bottom. It's got 1 peg for the pegals on his feet. It's very thin, very basic. Now let's look at his collector's card. As you can see, it's an image of Superman from Blackest Night. I like when they show the source material versus simply showing an image of the figure. Black Lantern Superman from Blackest Night. On the back side, there is a description. If you want to read that, go ahead and pause now. Now let's check out Atrocitus' legs. 2 legs, nice texturing on the suit, double jointed knee. He's going to be a really big figure. And if you choose to purchase the entire wave, you'll get Atrocitus. This guy is a beast. He's a giant Build-A-Figure. I'd say definitely their top few. Just to give you an idea of the size of that guy, here he is next to the Blackest Night Superman, a standard 7-inch McFarlane figure. Atrocitus is pushing 9 inches. Now they've taken a pretty good look at both the figure and his accessories. Now let's check out his height. From bottom to the top of his head, standing at about 7.2 inches tall, which can translate to about 18.5 centimeters. Now let's check out his articulation. Start with his head here, of course. You can rotate from side to side. You can look up about that far, down about that far. Pretty nice. Should help get into some good flying poses. Speaking of, his torso really helps that as well. He almost looks straight forward. Can't tilt his head from one side to the other. Shoulders, a ball joint, goes out way more than 90 degrees. Up, down, around, all that good stuff. He's got butterfly joint between his shoulder and chest area, increasing the range of motion and covering up that gap. Bicep cut below that. Double jointed elbows that go all the way in. His wrist, you kind of rotate, and it's hinged as well. Torso here, he's got a ball joint, rotate around, forward and back. Another ball joint in his waist, rotate around, forward and back, giving him very wide range of motion in his torso area. Legs, almost complete of splits. Not a ball joint, but a similar idea. Rotation, it's decent on this guy. Legs, they don't go forward very much. Back, not much either. Double jointed knees. Then his ankles here, done in the new style, not those ugly ball joints. Up and down, rotate, tilt, rock, and to articulation. Here's Superman as he just dug out of the grave, decaying flesh, hungry for some human remains. Then you have Batman coming up, his hunger is unmatched. And finally Deathstorm comes out. Apparently they were all buried in the same cemetery. Necron is waiting for them. He is ready to command his undead army of heroes. Here's Superman, hovering in the sky above the cemetery. And here he is, flying in the moonlight. Superman is starting to get angry. A zombie Superman with heat vision. What could be more dangerous? Now let's check him out, next to some other action figures. Starting off with the only other zombie Superman that I have. Here he is, next to a DC Direct, DC Essentials, Deceased Superman. This is a zombie Superman, not a Black Lantern. DC Direct does also make a couple Black Lantern Superman figures, at least one of which is a zombie like this one. So there are multiple options for a zombie Superman nowadays. After we check him out next to a bunch of other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures, we'll look at all the other deceased and zombie figures that I have. Now let's check him out next to some other McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the Blackest Night, Zombie Batman, World's Finest. Then, next to Deathstorm, the zombie version of Firestorm. Here are all the Black Lantern zombie figures from the Blackest Night wave. Add in Kyle Rayner, and here are all the regular figures from the wave. And add in Atrocitus, and this is the entire Blackest Night wave. Collective build Atrocitus. Really cool wave. I didn't think I was going to enjoy it as much as I did, as most of the figures I deem sort of unnecessary. But they're all very, very nice. And just because, here's the wave with Atrocitus and Batrocitus. Here's Superman next to Necron. Necron's the one that resurrected them and gave them the Black Lantern rings. Necron and his Black Lantern zombie heroes. Here's Superman next to another Black Lantern figure that I have. This is the Death Metal Batman. He died and a Black Lantern ring brought him back to life, but this guy is a hero, not a villain. Now let's check him out next to some other Superman figures. Here he is, next to the Action Comics 1000 Superman. Then, next to McFarlane's Rebirth Superman. And here, next to the Dark Knight Returns Superman. Then, with the Infected Superman, another evil Superman. Here's the Blackest Night Superman, next to the Page Puncher Superman. And here he is, next to the most recent Superman figure they made. This is the Future State Superman. Here are all of the Black Suit Superman figures McFarlane has made. And here are absolutely all of the Superman figures McFarlane has made. We have got a ton of them at this point. Can't wait to see what's next. Technically, he's Superman in Future State, but in my action figure world, this is Superboy. And this guy here thinks he's Superman. And this guy is Clark Kent from Superman Speeding Bullets, but he's actually Batman, not Superman. Now let's check him out next to some other recently released McFarlane DC Multiverse figures. Here he is, next to the two newest Mega figures, Bane and Necron. Then, next to the Walmart exclusive, Gold Label Azrael in Batman armor, and Parallax Hal Jordan. Here's Superman, next to Batrocitus and the Rebirth Deathstroke. And here he is, next to the Infinite Frontier Scarecrow, and the Court of Owl's Talon. Then, with the Blue Beetle and Booster Gold 2-pack. Here's the Blackest Night Superman, next to the Future State Superman, and the New 52 Static. And here he is, next to the McFarlane Toy Store exclusive, Gold Label paint variants of the Arkham Knight Scarecrow and Red Hood. Then, with the first wave of page punchers, and we're finally seeing images from the upcoming second series. And now, next to the Black Adam movie wave, here's Superman next to Martian Manhunter, both classic and rebirth. And here he is next to the Target exclusive Crime Syndicate, Ultraman, Superwoman, and Owlman. Then, next to all three versions of Lex Luthor in his power suit, here's Superman next to both versions of the Dark Detective Batman. And here he is next to Duke Thomas from Tales of the Dark Multiverse, and the Batman Who Laughs dressed as Batman. Then, with both variations of the Zernar Batman, and all three versions of the Infinite Frontier Robin. Now let's check him out with some other zombie figures, starting off with some deceased figures. Here's Superman next to the first wave of deceased, Joker, Batman, Aquaman, and Green Lantern. Then, with the DC Direct Series 2 of Deceased, which includes a zombie Harley Quinn, Flash, Superman, and a Supergirl. And here he is with Series 3, Red Hood, Nightwing, Batgirl, and Deathstroke. Here's Superman next to some Palisades Resident Evil zombie cops. Then, with some Mattel wrestling zombies. Now let's check him out next to some action figures from different various companies to see how he fits in both scale and style-wise, in case you want to know which lines you can mix him with. Since he's a McFarlane figure, they're typically the 7-inch scale. I'm going to start off my comparisons with some of the large action figure lines I collect, and work my way smaller. But first, let's check him out next to some of his McFarlane Toys brothers. In front of you are 5 different action figure lines, all from McFarlane Toys, all 7-inch scale. Then, next to some more McFarlane Toys. These are from different various video game properties. And now, with some Jakks-specific wrestling figures. And here he is, next to some DST, or Diamond Select toys. Then, with some DC Direct and DC Collectibles figures. And here, standing next to some NECA figures. Then, with some Mattel wrestling figures. And now, with some Jazzwares AEW wrestlers. And here he is, next to some Mezco 112 collective figures. Then, with some Mattel DC Universe Classics and Multiverse figures. And here, with some Mafex figures. Then, with some Hasbro Marvel Legends. And here he is, next to some SH Figure Arts action figures. And finally, here he is, next to some Jazzwares Fortnite figures. Overall, he's a pretty nice version of the Black Lantern Superman. I think he looks fantastic. That head sculpt, it's easily a 9 out of 10. The figure itself, it's not really necessary for your overall action figure collection, at least depending on what you're going for. I like more of the normal, iconic looks, but this guy's very well done. The sculpt and paint job are excellent, very well done. Articulation is everything you would expect from a McFarlane DC Multiverse figure. His accessories, he really doesn't have any. If I were to rate this figure, I'm going to give him a 7.5 out of 10. He just looks damn good. So this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you liked the video, press like below. If you have anything you want to say with the video, add to the comment section. If you want to see additional action figure reviews from me, press subscribe. I do appreciate when you do that. Once again, this is D Hunter. Thank you guys for watching this video, and I will talk to you guys real soon.